Hello there, welcome back to my views and news. Some new stories from Ethiopia and Eritrea Sudan too, because second news story is from Eritrea Sudan border. Firstly, Ethiopia. I reported last night that there were clashes between Fano fighters and Ethiopian military in Kobo, North Wollo. Now we have received information about clashes in another big city of the North Wollo zone of the Amhara region. Last night and early morning, there were clashes between military and Fano fighters in this city. Details for you. Meanwhile, Mere Wodajo was interviewed by a news outlet. Mere Wodajo, East Amhara Fano commander, who is from Kobo. What did he say about Kobo? What did he say about capabilities of ENDF and Fano fighters? Second viewers, Eritrea Sudan border, Kassala border has been open for traffic, open for movement of people, vehicles. Trade can be done as well. Kassala governor has opened this border. Things happening very rapidly between Eritrea and Sudan after a declaration issued by Sudanese political parties in Asmara yesterday. Eritrea is emerging as a key player, and it seems that now we'll try to analyze the neighborhood in which Eritrea is. It seems that Eritrea now can say that it is in a very strong position in its neighborhood. Firstly, viewers, it was Kobo last night and 24 hours ago where there was heavy fighting between Fano fighters and Ethiopian military, mostly around Kobo. I did a video on that. There was fighting to the east of Kobo on Zobel. And reportedly, Fano fighters have captured a strategic place close to Kobo, and that could be Zobel. ENDF had to retreat from Zobel. And then there was fighting between Kobo and Kobo Robit, Kobo and Vaja, which is between Kobo and Elamata. So clashes around Kobo, movement of people, vehicles suspended, heavy clashes yesterday. And this morning we received information from another city of the Amhara region where Fano fighter carried out an attack on military last night. Name of the place is Woldia. Woldia is also in North Wollo. Dozens of Fano fighters entered Woldia, or they were already there. It's difficult to say from where they came, but they attacked Ethiopian military in Woldia last night. Clashes reported. The clashes in Kobo were also very close to Kobo. Clashes in Woldia. In Woldia, if you remember, a few days ago, a Prosperity Party official was assassinated. And in Woldia, businessmen were threatened. They were threatened by Fano fighters that the businessmen should pay money to Fano fighters. They should help the struggle of Fano fighters. So while Wollo is under ENDF control, Fano has peasants here. East Amhara Fano, Fano of Colonel Fantahun Mohabao. They're based in Wollo, North Wollo, South Wollo. Meanwhile, Mere Wodajo, East Amhara Fano commander, was interviewed last night by Ethio 360 journalists. Again, these Fano commanders are accessible to international media. Ethio 360 is based in the US. Ethio 360 people, Master McConnell, they can contact Fano commanders from Gondar, from North Shoa, from East Amhara. But security forces don't know where these Fano commanders are. It's very interesting. And this is the first time that we've seen Mere Bodajo. On several occasions in the past 2 months, he was interviewed. Audio interviews mostly. Mere Bodajo confirmed the fighting around Kobo, and he said that ENDF was in a state of disarray. and ENDF had no morale, no capabilities to fight. He asked Amhara people to continue the struggle, to join the struggle. And he said that a convoy of the military had been ambushed by Fano fighters between Kobo and Woldia. According to me, it happened in Kobo orbit. A convoy of several vehicles of military was on its way when it was attacked by Fano fighters. The military suffered losses. And East Amhara Fano commander asked people that they should seize the moment. This is the time to join the Amhara struggle for survival. So, East Amhara Fano has been relatively quiet in the past few weeks. Main fighting was in Gojam, mainly Gojam. But now there is almost no fighting in Gojam for the last 3 to 4 days, for the last 1 week, you can say. Either it's due to the New Year celebrations or due to the visit of Mike Hammer. Mike Hammer is in Addis Ababa holding meetings. He held a meeting with Ethiopian government officials, opposition party members. He met with Ketan Ragacho as well. So maybe Fano fighters are little restrained. Otherwise, no breakthrough in terms of solution. It's not that Fano and military has reached some sort of ceasefire agreement. No. But when there was heavy fighting in Gojam, there was relative calm in Wollo. Now, relative calm in Gojam, but clashes in Wollo, in Woldia around Kobo reportedly. Maybe it's a pattern. These it's systematic that these Fano factions, they are carrying out operations in a coordinated manner. So they want to open new fronts. That is how they want the military to be overstretched. They don't want to concentrate in their entire strength on just one front. It's, I think, their deliberate strategy. So far, fighting close to Kobo and in Woldia being confirmed by several sources. Secondly, viewers, Eritrea Sudan border has been opened, officially opened. Kassala governor held a meeting with Eritrean border guards and the border has been opened. Several things are happening on Eritrea Sudan border between Eritrea and Sudan. Eritrea is emerging as a key player now in this region. Eritrean forces were part of military operation in Ethiopia, Eritrean neighbor. Now Sudan, where Abdul Fattah al-Burhan is asking for support from Isaias Afwerki, Eritrean president. He was in Eritrea this week. Before his arrival, Sudanese political parties from Darfur, tribal elders, some civil society organizations, they arrived in Asmara. Talks were held. Asmara declaration was issued. Burhan also arrived. Burhan wants to establish a new government in the areas under military control. Port Sudan is going to be the capital of new Sudanese government. Kassala, which shares border with Eritrea, is part of this new government. Al-Burhan wants legitimacy. He wants neighboring countries to recognize him as the leader, as the legitimate president or ruler of Sudan. That is why he is visiting all the neighboring countries, other countries. He has visited so far 5 countries: Egypt, South Sudan, Eritrea, Qatar, and now Turkey. So Eritrea is now in a very strong position because Abdul Fattah al-Burhan needs legitimacy from Isaias Afwerki. That is why border opened. Kassala governor was seen arriving on Eritrea Sudan border. Border open for people, open for trade, though I think Eritrean border guards will continue their strict monitoring because Eritreans who flee Eritrea, they mostly flee through Sudan. though because of the war in Sudan, now it's very dangerous for Eritreans to flee their country through Sudan. But even after the opening of the border, I think the strict monitoring on Eritrean side is going to continue. Another Eritrean neighbor is Djibouti, small country, no considerable threat to Eritrea. So overall, we can say that now Eritrea is not now under threat from any of its neighbors. Yemen across the sea is totally destabilized. Now Isaias Afwerki's government has no excuse. Now this government cannot say that the government should spend on security, that Eritrean people are in danger, there could be forces trying to wage war on Eritrea. No, Eritrea is not under any tangible threat from its neighbors now. No internal threat as well. No opposition party is allowed to operate freely. It means now Isaias Afwerki's government can focus on economy, on job creation, on development, on projects for youth. So let's see, will the government continue recruiting youths for military, continue having indefinite national service and conscription, or will it change its course and focus more on economy? Economy is in a bad shape. No one knows what Eritrean economy is, how much its GDP is, how much its budget is. Where is this budget spent? Because Eritrea has been under sanctions. It has been operating through UAE. Red Sea Shipping Corporation is based in the UAE. But this is a golden period for Eritrea to focus on economy. Spending on security can be decreased now, but that just depends upon Isaias Afwerki's understanding of the regional situation. If he feels under threatened, the focus, the spending on military will continue. Otherwise, regional picture is very clear now. Isaias Afwerki can safely divert spending from military to development. Let's see what happens.